Hello everyone, welcome to Town Bemba. So today we're going to be learning about the basics of Bemba, which is the language that is spoken in northern Luapula, Copperbelt, and Copperbelt provinces. So Bemba is also spoken in the Democratic Republic of Congo, and it shares similarity with other Bantu languages such as Swahili. And then Zambia has over 72 languages or indigenous tribes. And in Lusaka, Nyanja, and Bemba are spoken more predominantly. So sounds and spellings. So for example, when we're looking at vowels, we have short and long vowels. So if we have like R, it's a part, A, where, E, marine, O, pot, or O, rude. So you can see how these words are pronounced they have a similar pronunciation in English as well as Chibemba. And then for long vowels, we have like a repetition of the vowels. So in with two A's, we have da da, or two E's later, or all dollar. And these are more emphasized in speech rather than in text. So somebody might still spell them out with a single vowel, but in reality, when it's spoken, it's going to have a much like it'll be a longer vowel with the repetition of the vowels. And then these are just general rules, which sort of like focus more on the interplay between vowels and how they affect the pronunciation in speech, compared to how they're written. So if we have a vowel that's at the end of one word and the beginning of another word, they usually run together, which means that they're combined together. So the vowels at the end. So for example, umuntu, uyu. So you have an u on the u on both of the two, I mean on both of the words. So you have like umuntu. So there isn't that separation when you speak. And then if you have an a and then an I on e, then an I, it's just pronounced with e. So or a. So letter insalo, lete insalo, vaikala pamushi, vekala pamushi. And then A plus U or O plus U is going to be pronounced as just an O. So ndefwaya ukwenda. So there's an A and then a U there. So it's ndefwayo kwenda. Na ulupwa lwandi. No lupwa lwandi. And then before another vowel, A, E, I, O, U, I becomes Y and U becomes W. So ndamiafwa, it's ndamiafwa, or muibumba. So it just becomes like W in this case. And so the separation in this case is just to really emphasize like the placement of the vowel and how that affects the way it's pronounced. And so in something that's very unique about Bemba is that a syllable usually ends with a vowel and it must end with a vowel, and vowels appear between consonants. So if you have an English word that you're making a direct translation to Bemba, if that word, for example, is like school, which has a combination of these vowels, you see that the syllables are going to be separated. I mean, it's a combination of those consonants. We're going to have a separation with vowels. So sukulu, so school, skulu, market, maliketi, 16, 16. Not everyone pronounces it this way, but it's just you can tell what tribe somebody is or like what their first language is based on the way they would pronounce it the first time around, or towel, like towelo, or even just towel as it is. But I think it's just something that's very unique about the language and something that you would appreciate as we continue to learn. So thank you so much. This is the first time that I'm trying out a whiteboard, and I would be so happy to get back feedback. I think this is really, I mean, get any feedback. It's very important, I think, when you're learning a language to be able to see how it's written out. And to sometimes just have it, I mean, seeing it in the handwritten form, rather than just a typed text, so that I think it sort of like sticks with you more that way. So thank you so much for embarking on this like journey of learning Bemba with me, and yeah, I hope to see you more in future videos. Thank you.